Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Welcome for another edition of Stock Market Weekly Review. Please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends will be much appreciated. And without any further ado, let's see the charts. Weekly charts. Zoom out to get a better point of view of price action, and we can see that bears tried to break below December lows, but this trend line is holding the higher lows. Now let's see continuation to the upside. In my opinion, 408, 410 area will be the next major test for the bulls. We can take swing low, swing high. Also to here, doesn't really matter. It all gives us an idea where is the next level of resistance. And as we can see, 394, 409, 410 area is a very strong resistance for price. Don't forget FOMC week next week. Stay tuned for another roller coaster ride brought to you by Spy and Friends. QQQ. Holding this trend line held the low, resistance, support, resistance, now once again support, but we have the long term, this trend line, several weeks holding as resistance. But if history repeats itself, look at this price action. Now we have same thing here. Let's see continuation towards 334 and maybe even 372. Yep, it all depends on FOMC next week. Let's see what Mr. Jerome Powell will bring us. 25 basis points or less, we are going for a rally. More than 25 base points, we are going down and under towards this trend line here, and maybe all the way to 257. No one knows. All we can do is follow price, use levels, trend lines, look left, and with high probability we can know where price will be headed next. IWM breaking below this uptrend channel. Doji. Now let's see if this doji can validate as a trend reversal to the upside with 177 that was support. Now it will become resistance. Downtrend continuation, we're going back to 163. Dow Jones, we had an uptrend, retracement, 50% retracement area. Doji, usually Doji is the first and most reliable signal for trend reversal. In this case, we had a retracement to the downside. Doji, let's see a bounce above the 321 area. And then we can assume that this will be a new low. We can take Fibonacci, swing high, swing low, 322 to the upside, 327 is a very tough resistance for the bulls, but one candle at a time. FOMC next week. Stay tuned. SMH, once again, 250 holding as a very strong resistance. Only by looking left, we can see it was a very strong resistance over here during 2021, then became support. September, October of 2021, then once again resistance all the way 2022. Now we are almost more than halfway of March 2023, and still the 250 area is a very tough resistance. Breaking up and above, we can assume with high probability 277 is next. And of course, everything you see on this channel and in this video is for educational purposes only. Always do your own due diligence. XLF looks like 3030 is next in line. Failing to hold 2780, and we have this gap over here at the 2530, And we know more than 80% of all gaps will get filled throughout time. And as you can see, swing high, swing low, swing high. Now 31 is holding, failing to hold. We have 20, 29, 26, gap, and 23. For now, it looks like a downtrend. Also, if you look left, on the bigger time frame, we have lower highs, lower lows. VIX, what a week. Now, let's see if we can get a touch on this trend line and then retrace back to the red trend line, because only by looking left, we know this is what the VIX is doing. Bouncing up and down between these two trend lines until one of them will break the purple to the upside or the red one to the downside. Net gas, we thought 2 weeks ago that here is the bounce, but 2 weeks after we have back to the downside. Now 211 needs to hold, otherwise we are going further down towards 147. But on the positive side, we have a gap over here at the 434. Now we might get a double bottom scenario. All we have to do is wait for a touch and bounce of the 211, and then we will have double bottom scenario. But still early. Patience. For now, it's a downtrend, using levels to the downside to manage our risk. Oil breaking hard below this red trend line. This red trend line, 1, 2, 3, 4, all this held, then bears full power to the downside. 67 now, also breaking down. Next, we can take Fibonacci, because we have a new low here. We can take this one here, and as you can see, trend lines are the true support for price action. Now let's see if we can get a bounce towards this red trend line to retest as support, as resistance, sorry. Or are we going to slide down? No one knows. All we can do is take Fibonacci. Swing high, swing low to the downside. Breaking below, we have 60 and then 52. XLE, not surprising, going to the downside. And if you saw my previous videos, we said we have on the weekly and on the monthly, we have a double top scenario. And here we are, broke the neckline below 83. 77 is now holding, which is the 618 retracement. We had an uptrend, retracement, 618 Fibonacci level failing to hold. This gap at the 73 area will get filled and the double top scenario will become fully validated at the 68. AAPL 157, 158. Very tough resistance. But if we look left, maybe, and also if you are a pattern seeker and a pattern trader, maybe we are going for an inverted head and shoulders. But Fibonacci traders, we follow price because patterns are not reliable as price action. And for now, we can see that for the downside, 147 is holding as support, 157 is holding as resistance. So these are our levels. Breaking up and above, high probability 164 and maybe 176 to the upside. Breaking below 144, we have a double top scenario towards 138, 135, and maybe all the way to this purple trend line for another bigger time frame, a yearly time frame, another lower low. Follow price, use levels and trend lines to manage risk. That's it. No other indicators are truly needed. Tesla, after 2 weeks to the downside, now managing to close above the 174. Let's take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high. And as we can see, Fibonacci levels, they give us support, resistance to the upside, and all we have to do is follow price. If you want to take your trading journey to the next level, check the links in the description below. We have 2 programs. One is pre-recorded, 6 hours, 49 lessons. 6 plus 49 is 55. 55 is a Fibonacci number. The only program that will transform you to become your own indicator. This is my promise to you. This is why this is also the only program with lifetime support, guidance, and access to all Discord channels. Because I'm confident in my trading strategy, and this strategy will transform you to become your own indicator, and you will stop following others. Google, another perfect example of why trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. If you saw previous videos, you know this trend line, the trend line that holds the higher lows, and the trend line that holds the lower highs as resistance. From this trend line towards this trend line. So we wait and see where Google will take us. FOMC Thursday, Mr. Powell, 25 base points or less. You can expect bulls will come out full power. AMD continuation to the upside, very strong week for AMD. Now next major test for bulls, 108, but some kind of a pullback will be very healthy, maybe back to 89 area. We don't need Fibonacci, all we need to do is look down left where most probably the pullback will occur. If we will get a pullback, it will be 88 or 90, because look left, put a line over here. Sorry, just put a line over here. Look left, this 89, 90 area, very important level of resistance, support, also here, here, also here. So now if we will get a pullback on AMD, most probably it will go all the way to 89. NVDA, another very strong name, semiconductor name, bounce from October lows. We are already 140% to the upside. Now 271 will be the next test for bulls, and if we look left, 271 is a very strong resistance, so we might get the same price action that we got here during January and February 2022. We'll get same price action over here. Several weeks of consolidation between the 223 and the 271, and then we might go break up and above towards 347. Always look left where price was, where it's now, what it did before, and what most likely it will do once again. Shopify, bulls are hanging and trying to get a bounce off this lower trend line. 44, 45 area, very tough resistance. It was resistance over here, and now few weeks already, 3-4 weeks, Shopify is failing to break up and above. Only a week close above 45. We can get continuation towards this trend line and maybe all the way to 54. Netflix, breaking down and under this trend line, this uptrend channel. Bulls tried to get back above, but the 310 got rejected. Now, most probably, 274 is the next support that bulls need to hold. Meta, another very strong name. Since October lows, we had a bull run. 126% to the upside. And as you can see, only by looking left, you can, with high probability, know the price action. During April, May, and June of 2022, price action just bounced between the 174 and the 198. Look what the price action is doing in the last several weeks, bouncing between 174 and 198. Breaking up, 234. Breaking below, this trend line needs to hold, otherwise we have a double top scenario where 158 area needs to hold. Price action, in-depth price action. This is all we have to do. We need to understand the in-depth of candlestick analysis. Once we understand the in-depth candlestick analysis, we can trade any security on any time frame, whether it's stocks, cryptos, forex, ETFs, indices, on any time frame, 5, 15, daily, weekly, monthly, you name it. Microsoft, super bullish week, breaking up above, and as we can see, first time since November 2021, Microsoft is leading to the upside. Very strong name. Now we have this gap over here, almost got filled. The low of this candle was 285.56. The high of this one, 283.33. So we have less than around 2 points to close this gap, and we know more than 80% of all gaps will get filled, but some kind of a relief, maybe retesting this trend line once again as support. We can take also Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, or all the way up to here, breaking above the 50%. Next will be 290. Amazon, very strong week. We have engulfing candle on Amazon, higher low. Now next test for the bulls will be this trend line. This trend line goes all the way to March 2022. Let's see Amazon bulls breaking up and above it. Then we can take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, and not surprising, look at where this candle got rejected. 618 or 382, depends how you look at it. It's the same. If you want to know why, check the links in the description below. Mentorship program one-on-one or the pre-recorded 6 hours 49 lessons. My promise to you, you will become your own indicator. Technical side and mental side. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, will be much appreciated. Don't forget notification bell, because my top stocks to watch for next week will be up tomorrow. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and until the next video, stay safe.